The 1980s were a golden era for anime, but not just the mainstream series or family-friendly films that most people remember. Beneath the surface, the decade produced some of the strangest, darkest, and most ambitious animated features ever created. These weren't just cartoons. They were cinematic experiments that dared to blend science fiction, fantasy, horror, romance, and social commentary, often with visuals and themes that were way ahead of their time. Today, we're diving into 10 obscure anime films from the 80s that are simply too wild to forget. 10. Roujin Z, 1988. On the surface, Roujin Z feels like a straightforward sci-fi satire, poking fun at Japan's aging society and the dangers of unchecked technology. But as the film unfolds, it becomes a disturbing vision of how compassion and humanity can be stripped away in the name of efficiency. The experimental bed, designed to feed, bathe, and monitor the elderly, turns into a monster of its own, dragging its patient across the city on a surreal and chaotic journey. The animation balances slapstick absurdity with genuinely unsettling moments, making viewers constantly question whether to laugh or feel horrified. Beneath the chaos lies biting social commentary about how society treats its most vulnerable members. Roujin Z is not just wild, it's a prophetic warning disguised as a cartoon.
信子、こっち照らして。あいよ。
9. Lensman, 1984. While based on Doc Smith's legendary pulp novels, the anime adaptation of Lensman is anything but traditional. The movie throws viewers headfirst into a dazzling universe of interstellar warfare, alien creatures, and psychedelic dreamscapes. The protagonist, Kimball Kinnison, inherits a mysterious lens that grants immense psychic powers, setting him against an evil galactic empire. What makes the film unforgettable isn't just the plot, but the surreal visuals. Cosmic light shows, distorted battle sequences, and bizarre alien designs that could only come from the experimental flair of the 80s. It's messy at times, but that raw energy makes it fascinating. Lensman feels like the anime version of an acid trip through outer space. 8. Fist of the North Star, the movie, 1986. Fist of the North Star is infamous for its violence, and the movie adaptation amplified it to operatic extremes. In a post-apocalyptic wasteland where society has crumbled, Kenshiro wanders the ruins, seeking justice and redemption through his lethal martial art, a fighting style that causes opponents to explode from within. But beyond the blood and gore lies a story of loyalty, betrayal, and tragic romance. The movie portrays Kenshiro not just as a warrior, but as a tragic hero burdened with the responsibility of being humanity's last hope. The villains are monstrous both in body and in ideology, turning every confrontation into a clash of ideals as much as a fight for survival. Watching it today, the sheer intensity and melodrama make it one of the most unforgettable anime experiences of the 80s. 7. The Dagger of Kamui, 1985. The Dagger of Kamui isn't just a ninja story. It's an epic that stretches across continents, mixing historical events, folklore, and high-stakes personal drama. The protagonist, Jiro, is falsely accused of murdering his adoptive family and embarks on a journey to uncover the secrets of his lineage. Along the way, he encounters Native American mysticism, Japanese politics, and betrayal at every turn. The animation is striking, full of sweeping landscapes, fluid action, and intricate fight choreography that immerses the viewer in its world. It's ambitious to the point of being overwhelming, but that scale is what makes it stand out. Few anime films dared to weave such a complex tapestry of myth, history, and action in the 80s. and fewer still did it with this much intensity. 6. Demon City Shinjuku, 1988. Demon City Shinjuku is a collision of cyberpunk aesthetics and supernatural horror. After a powerful sorcerer curses Tokyo, Shinjuku becomes a twisted hellscape filled with demons, assassins, and nightmarish creatures. The city itself becomes a character, its neon-lit ruins crawling with otherworldly horrors that feel pulled straight out of a nightmare. The protagonist, Kyoya, is reluctant and inexperienced, but he's forced to step into his father's role as humanity's last defense. What makes this film so memorable is its atmosphere. Grotesque monsters that emerge from shadows, eerie silence punctuated by bursts of violence, and an ever-present sense of dread. Demon City Shinjuku embodies the darker side of 80s anime, where horror wasn't just about gore, but about creating a suffocating sense of despair. 5.
Hey there.
They Were
Mind if I
11,
join ya?
1986. They Were 11 proves that suspense doesn't always need blood or explosions. Sometimes paranoia is enough. The story follows 10 cadets stranded on a spaceship as part of their final exam, only to realize there's an extra, unidentified 11th member among them. The setup is simple, but the execution is masterful. Tension builds as suspicion turns friends into enemies, and questions of trust and survival come to the forefront. The claustrophobic setting amplifies the psychological drama, making viewers second-guess every character. At its core, the film asks what it means to be human, and whether fear can destroy even the strongest bonds. It's a film that creeps into your mind slowly, leaving you haunted long after it ends.
And you've been blessed with exceptional powers of intuition. In times of emergency, learn to trust your judgment. It will never fail you.
4. Locke the Superman, 1984. Far from a typical superhero story, Locke the Superman takes its protagonist, an immortal esper with unimaginable power, and drops him into a world of political intrigue and cosmic wars. Locke's powers may make him a god among men, but the story focuses on the isolation and alienation that come with such gifts. The film explores the dangers of ambition, the corruption of authority, and the moral dilemmas of power. Visually, it swings between intimate moments of despair and grand displays of psychic warfare. The melancholic tone makes it unique. Rather than celebrating Locke's abilities, it portrays them as a curse. The result is a film that feels both epic and deeply personal, a meditation on loneliness hidden inside a space opera. Three, Harmagedon, 1983. Harmagedon is chaotic, overwhelming, and unforgettable. It introduces psychics from across the globe, alien forces of destruction, and a looming apocalypse, then smashes them together in a cosmic battle for survival. The sheer scale of its ambition is staggering. Massive cities reduced to rubble, supernatural warriors locked in battles that span time and space, and religious undertones woven into the chaos. While critics often call the storytelling incoherent, its relentless energy and striking visuals make it impossible to look away. Add in character designs by Akira's Katsuhiro Otomo, and you get a film that feels like a raw prototype for the anime boom that followed. It's messy, but in the best way, a cinematic explosion of ideas and imagery.
この異様な匂いは離せよお前純子じゃないな
2. Space Adventure Cobra, the movie, 1982. Space Adventure Cobra is everything wild and stylish about 80s anime rolled into one. Its protagonist, Cobra, is a charismatic outlaw with a psycho gun hidden in his arm, swaggering his way through a universe of assassins, bounty hunters, and femme fatales. What makes the film unforgettable is its blend of pulp sci-fi and psychedelic visuals. The space battles are drenched in neon, the villains ooze style, and the surreal set pieces feel like a dream you can't wake up from. It's campy, sexy, and over the top in the best possible way. While it never reached mainstream fame, Cobra remains one of the most stylish and self-assured anime films of the decade. One, Windaria, 1986. At first glance, Windaria feels like a romantic fantasy, lush landscapes, gentle love stories, and the promise of peace between kingdoms. But beneath its beauty lies tragedy. As war brews between two nations, personal ambitions and forbidden love lead the characters down a path of betrayal and destruction. The visuals are stunning, with painterly backdrops and delicate animation that contrast sharply with the devastating events of the story. By the end, the film transforms into a heartbreaking meditation on the futility of war and the cost of selfish desires. It's one of the most emotional and haunting anime films of the 80s, leaving viewers with an ache that lingers long after the credits roll. If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden corners of cinema, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and most importantly, subscribe to Cinemira for more strange, forgotten, and fascinating films. Your support keeps this adventure alive. And trust me, there's so much more to discover together.